We are now a week into 2025, and for the past 7 days, I have trained my body to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it too in easy, actionable steps that are free, and you can start making them today. Prior to the new year, I always wanted to be a morning person. As the year progressed, I realized how much time I wasted and how badly I just wanted more time in my day. This was the year where I said, I'm going to make no excuses. I'm going to be a morning person whether I like it or not. December 31st was the night that I decided that I was going to wake up at 5 a.m. the next morning, and I did it. My mornings might look extremely different from yours, but I still want you to know that this advice is still for you. Whether you're a busy mom like me, juggling maybe more than one kid, maybe you're a shift worker, if you work night shift like I did, or maybe you're just someone who wants to take control of their mornings, you can adapt these tips to your lifestyle, trust me. And always remember, morning is subjective, meaning your morning might be 11 a.m. if you're a shift worker, maybe it is 4 p.m. I just want you to know that with these tips, you can have more time in your day, and it all starts with how you wake up in the morning, because the morning dictates exactly what's going to happen in the rest of your day, whether you like it or not. And days make up your months, months make up your year, and years make up your life. So always remember that. But first, I want to talk about why waking up early actually does matter. Number one, you will have more time to yourself. Don't we all wish that we had more time in our day? Number two, increase productivity and mental clarity. This is huge for me. Throughout 2024, I think I was just going throughout my days, letting my ADHD brain dictate how my day was going to go. For example, I would reach for my phone in the morning. First thing, I would scroll for like 15 minutes on social media. I didn't have a morning routine. I let myself sleep in until my son woke up, and that in turn increased my cortisol levels throughout the day. And so my brain was just trained to always seek high cortisol inducing situations, because that's how I trained my brain to be every single morning. It sets the tone for your day. That goes into number three, which is starting the day with intention. I think a lot of us just, go through our routines, not really giving much thought to the impact that our routine, our habits are guiding the rest of our lives. We basically live on autopilot. That is not what I want my life to be like, yet that's how I was living for a year or more after I became a mom. There's a quote from Mel Robbins that says, I have it up, "The secret to getting ahead is just getting started." Waking up early is your chance to start the day ahead of everyone else. Waking up at 5 a.m. for me has been life-changing. It's not just about productivity, it's about reclaiming control over your own mind. And starting the day, taking control of your mind will change your life. Now let's get into the actionable steps that you can take starting today. I think the first one goes without saying. Waking up early starts the night before. Whatever that night before looks like for you. So whenever you go to sleep before you wake up, it all starts with good sleep habits. I didn't start January 1st waking up by myself with no alarm. That only happened once I got into a routine. So I think the first priority is making a nighttime routine that works for you, that prioritizes your sleep quality. Sleep quality is everything. I always avoid screens at least 30 minutes before my bedtime. 30 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour, I try to stay off my phone. I put my phone not next to my bed. I put it across the room, charging, obviously. And then I turn on my iPhone's white noise feature, which I didn't know this until my husband told me about it. He was like, why are you using YouTube or, those calming apps when literally the iPhone has a built-in white noise machine? I always have herbal tea right before I sleep. It's a routine that I know I can stick to that tells my brain, okay, now's the time to wind down, relax, get into bed, sip your hot drink. And if you didn't know, herbal teas are amazing for helping you sleep. Just FYI. I personally love to drink spearmint tea because of my hormones, and kava. It's a stress relieving plant. And I just get the tea bags at the grocery store, or I buy them in bulk on Amazon. I also started journaling. Getting into this habit of being in a state of gratitude daily was really important to me, because I never want to lose sight of my family and the blessings that I already have. And I think when you train your brain to go to sleep with gratitude and wake up with gratitude, it just makes you a different person, I swear. I don't know the science behind it exactly. I think in my 5-minute journal, it says something about like, it's been studied that daily gratitude practice can actually help you sleep better and reduce symptoms of physical pain. So when I read that, I was like, I am doing this every single night. This is a habit that I can stick to. It takes less than 5 minutes to do. And it's time that actually benefits my brain and my health versus scrolling on social media. So yeah, that is number 1, creating a nighttime routine. Number 2 might not be for everyone, but for me, I started to sleep in a separate room from my husband. You obviously do not have to do this, but the point being, you have to create a space for yourself that you know will help you to be in a position where you can sleep better. Because if you don't have good quality sleep, chances are you're not going to wake up early, point blank. Since I started doing this before the new year started, absolutely life-changing. The way my master is set up, one side of our master bed has a vent like right above where I would sleep, and so it was extremely drafty, very drying. It was really uncomfortable to sleep there. Our dog loves sleeping in our bed. I would just rather not have our dog sleep next to us. Like, she would wake me up, which I'm very blessed and thankful that I have this space for myself. But my point for this tip is to set up your environment so that you can have better quality sleep. You can't afford to get new curtains. Maybe wear an eye mask or something that you can wrap around your eyes so that you can block out light. I actually use an eye mask always. Mouth taping also helps your sleep quality a lot because it helps you to breathe through your nose, which we all know breathing through our mouth is probably not the best idea. You wake up with a dry mouth and it changes the way your face and your jaw is and the posture of your jaw. And I know there's just a lot of physiological benefits that come with mouth taping, so look up mouth taping. I also love having a humidifier next to me while I sleep. Sometimes I only run it for like an hour and I put a little bit of essential oil, so it's more of a diffuser / humidifier, but point blank, it's making the air comfortable so that I can breathe and sleep better, especially because I live in Nevada, so it's always super, super dry here. And then also I sleep with a weighted blanket. I know that's a lot to do just for sleep. If you're someone who wishes to take their health more seriously, sleep is the foundation, I believe, to good health. And with good sleep comes with better habits. You'll wake up feeling more refreshed. Sleeping with a weighted blanket has always been one of my best sleep tips. Yeah, that is how I go to sleep. So that is my 3rd tip, is making the quality of your sleep environment priority and just finding ways that you can make it work for yourself and not being so concerned with how others in your household sleep. My next tip is to use a morning anchor. This is the thing that you will wake up to that'll get you excited to wake up. I do not recommend drinking caffeine right when you wake up because that messes up your hormones and your circadian rhythm. I learned this on a recent podcast. The thing that I look most forward to when I wake up is having my lemon water. So I always go to sleep with a jug of water next to me, next to my bed, so that I can drink it right away as soon as I wake up. Because it's dark and it's winter and there's no light at 5:30 a.m., I need something to actually wake me up. So besides my alarm, I have a full jug of cold lemon water that I just down immediately. Gets my digestive system going. It's so good for your liver. And journal. Journaling has changed my life in the last week. It centers your mind. It gets you in the right intention for the day. You really don't even have to have a physical journal or one of those 5-minute journals that I was talking about earlier that I have. Just grab a pen, write something down on a sticky note, not on your phone. It has to be on pen and paper. Getting your thoughts out as soon as you wake up forces your brain to do something other than scroll on social media or be unproductive. Or maybe you live somewhere where there is sunlight this deep in the winter. Go outside if you can. Take your dog on a 10-minute walk. Little things like that to just wake up your mind, wake up your body without having your phone in your hand. Speaking of sunlight, the next tip is to get light exposure as soon as you wake up. This will reset your circadian rhythm. It is science backed that light exposure as soon as you wake up is so healthy for your brain. Hormones is the big one, and it also helps you lose weight. The more in tune your body is with light and darkness, it's actually so good for your hormones. As soon as I wake up, turn on the lights right away. And this is why it's also good to the night before maybe have blue light blocking glasses. I still have yet to buy like a really nice pair. I really want like the science-backed ones, not just like the blue light ones you find at Warby Parker, because those actually don't block as much blue light as I thought it does. They need to be orange. As well as at night when you are off of your screens, get as much darkness as possible. That signals your body to produce melatonin, which puts you in a state of relaxation. Melatonin is a natural hormone in our body and only at optimal levels when we are in sync with the Earth's natural, light and day rhythms. I have another quote for you guys on my screen. Tony Robbins, your life changes the moment you make a new, congruent, and committed decision. Waking up early is a decision you make for your future self. Which leads to my next tip is discipline will get you further than just motivation alone. When your alarm goes off, and you might not always do this is especially important in the first few days that you're doing this, tell yourself that the hardest part is just getting out of bed. There are a million reasons why I would personally love to stay in bed, but there's also a million reasons why I would like to not stay in bed. One of those is to set myself up for success so that I can spend time with my son and not be distracted by my phone, because when I know that I have things to do and they're not done, I will definitely be on my phone while I'm with my son, and that's just something that I do not want to happen this year. That's just a decision that you have to make. So realize that you can have all the motivation in the world to wake up at 5 a.m., but if you don't have discipline, you're not going to go anywhere. You have to do this. You have to commit to it, because that is the only way that your body will know how to stick to a routine. And a lot of people say it takes 21 days for a habit to form. I personally think it's way longer, to be honest. And my last and final tip is to have grace on yourself during this period. Not everyone will master waking up at 5 a.m. within a week like I did. Everyone's situations and circumstances are different, and it's important to know that you cannot be so hard on yourself that you hate yourself into growth. I saw this quote from Shetty just recently that I duetted on TikTok, and he said, "You can't hate yourself into growth." And that is so true. You have to have grace on yourself, no matter how long it takes, as long as you're consistent and you're not raising your cortisol levels by being hard on yourself. So I dare you to put this into your head this coming year. Constantly tell yourself that you get to do blank instead of I have to do blank. If you say, I get to wake up at 5 a.m. versus I have to wake up at 5 a.m. It's a small perspective shift that'll put you in a state of gratitude and make it just that much easier to get up early every single day. Here's some common challenges that I know people are going to ask about. What if I'm too tired? What if I didn't get enough sleep? Go to bed earlier. What if you hit snooze? Put your alarm across the room like I do so that you physically have to get up and turn off your snooze button. There's actually an option on the newer iPhones, I believe, where you can't turn on snooze and you're like forced to get up and turn off your alarm. So if you have that option on your phone, highly suggest doing that. Third, what if you don't feel motivated? How are you going to be disciplined? If you don't have any motivation at all, which I doubt because you're on this video, make a vision board. The reason why I started waking up early was because I made my very first vision board and I put my goals in front of me so that I can see them every single day, so that my brain knows that this is what I want to achieve, and this habit of sleeping early is going to help me get there faster. So making a vision board, super cheap, takes maybe a few hours to make, including going to the store and buying supplies, and that is nothing compared to what goals you could be achieving. So go to my last video, check that video out if you do not know how to make a vision board. I make it super clear and easy, and it uses AI, so it makes it even easier. Remember, you can do this. It's been done before. People do it every single day. I am proof of that. The last 2 days, my body actually woke up on its own before my alarm, which tells me that these tips absolutely work. Maybe you have a kid. Maybe you have family life, you have events to go to, you have a business to build. I seriously do not know any entrepreneur who has not recommended waking up early as part of their recipe for success. If that doesn't say anything, I do not know what will. If I can do it, so can you. If you found these tips helpful, give this video a like, comment down below, and let me know what tip would resonate with you the most and what you're going to implement starting today. Subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. Cheers to a healthy and wealthy 2025 for all of us. I will see you in the next one. Take care.